guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be a super easy, quick summer makeup tutorial. It's nice and bright and glowy, very summer appropriate, but it's also really quick and easy to do. So it's one of those looks that makes it seem like you put effort in, but you really didn't have to do that much. And it's one of my go-to looks. Really focuses on making the eyes nice and bright, glowy skin, and a warm kind of pinky lip. So most of the products that I used for like my highlight, my eyes and my lips were all Colourpop. I did recently do a big Colourpop order and I posted a full review and haul video just before this one, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go watch it. I will link it up top and also in the down bar below. But yeah, if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look, then please keep watching. To prep my eyes, I'm going to use the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just using a flat brush to spread this all over my eyelid. Also, I'm bringing it up towards the brow just to kind of clean up the eyebrow. As you can see, this just really helps kind of even out the eyelid area. So I think I'm going to kick it old school, the Urban Decay Naked palette, the first one. So I'm going to be using mostly Naked and Buck. So I'm going to take Naked, which is just a really soft, like neutral brown. And I'm going to take this on the Morphe M504 brush, just lightly kind of sweeping this back and forth. Not right in the socket of the eye, but just kind of above. I always like to bring that color lightly onto my brow bone here, or my orbital bone, I believe is the scientific term. I just like to go back and forth and then blend for the eyeshadow. I am going to use the shade Lovely by Colourpop. And I'm going to initially just use my fingers to apply this to the lid, and then I might clean it up with a brush. And these shadows have such a cool texture, so that's why I find applying them with your fingers or a flat brush. If you are wanting to use a brush, something really like tiny and flat. This, I'm pretty sure, is a knockoff Real Techniques brush that I ordered off of eBay. I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Eyeliner. I love this for like a light makeup day or just like a quick application because it's so skinny, it's really nice and precise. And then taking a pencil brush or a eyebrow brush, something thin and slanted. Now I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. For mascara, I'm going to go in first with the Benefit They're Real Primer. And this is their newer tinted brown primer. I really like this because it does give your lashes some extra like length and drama, but because it's tinted brown, it doesn't look heavy or flaky, and you don't get any of that like white residue that you have to try and cover up with mascara. I let that dry for like 5 to 10 seconds before going in with a coat of actual mascara. And I'm going to use the Roller Lash mascara. I have been trying to find something that I like better, and I just haven't found it yet. Now moving on to the face. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Becca Backlight priming filter. I wasn't crazy about it when I first got it, but I am, oh my god! It just ejaculated into my hair. Do you see this right now? Let's try that again. I'm not going to apply this all over my face. I'm mostly just going to apply it to this area here for a little extra glow, and then a tiny bit to my T-zone. For foundation, I'm going to do a mixture as always, but my current favorite mixture is the Stila Stay All Day foundation and the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the old packaging of the Stila foundation. They did just recently repackage it, and the new formula feels a little different, but because I am a little bit tan right now, I'm gonna mix shade 3 with Maybelline Fit Me in shade 120. I love this foundation because it covers pretty much everything I need it to, but it's also really nice and long lasting. However, I do find it can look a little bit kind of dry and textured on my skin when I use it alone. So that's why I like to mix it with a tiny bit of that Maybelline Fit Me. So I always just mix on the back of my hand. And I always love to apply my foundation first with the MAC 130 brush before like really blending it into the skin with my Real Techniques sponge. And always make sure you are bringing your foundation down your neck. No one wants a mask foundation line, okay? We all had that one girl in high school who did not blend her foundation. None of us want to be that girl. So because I have a bit of a tan right now, most of my concealers are just a little bit too light. So I'm gonna mix two. I'm gonna first apply a couple spots of the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the shade Custard. This one is usually a bit too dark for me when I am my regular pasty ass Casper looking self, but when I mix it with the Makeup Forever HD concealer, so I always like to apply it, let it sit for a couple seconds, tap it in with my finger. To set my face, I am going to use the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish powder in the shade Medium. And I'm going to use this on a big Tarte brush. And I mostly just set this area here. I'm going to take a tiny bit of the same powder, this time on the Morphe E3 brush, and I'm going to use this to lightly set my under eyes, because I am going to use a liquid bronzer. So these are the brand new Watier Havana tinted drops. The Havana bronzer is their famous bronzer. It is beautiful, and they just launched it in like a liquid form. It comes on a little dropper, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the back of my hand because I'm going to apply it very lightly. And then I'm going to take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm going to take a little bit of it and kind of just swish it around in the brush so that you don't have like a big glob on the brush. I'm going to lightly blend this into my forehead, kind of sides of my temples. So for me, because this bone sticks out so much, I like to focus the bronzer there. So it's kind of like contouring but with more of a bronzer. So these drops are cool because you can apply them straight to the skin, or you can blend them like with your moisturizer, with your foundation. So I'm just tapping it in beneath the kind of cheekbone, like where you would contour, just to kind of warm up the skin, add some definition. For highlight, I'm going to take the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek color. It's the highlight in the shade Lunch Money. So I like to apply this with my finger for more of like an intense highlight. Also going to apply a tiny bit to the tip of my nose, to my Cupid's bow. For blush, I am of course going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the new palette that launched in the Champagne collection. I did post a full review with swatches of it. I will link it up here for you guys. I'm going to mix these two shades here. So I'm going to mix Amaretto and Rosé Spritz. So I'm going to take those two shades on a Real Techniques blush brush. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to take a little bit of this Watier Nude Velour liner. I'm going to put that right into my waterline just to really help brighten and open up the eyes. Then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Buck, which we used before on our eyes, and I'm going to take that on this Morphe E36 brush. This came in June's Morphe Me package. And I'm just going to lightly sweep this along my lower lash line. I like to bring it slightly below. Then I'm going to go back in with that Lunch Money highlight, and I'm going to apply this just slightly along the lower lash line in the inner corner. And I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line. So I'm going to use the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade Frida, and I'm going to use the lippy stick that matches that, so also in the shade Frida. So I trace my lips and lightly fill them in with the lippy pencil, and then I'm going to go right over top with the lippy sticks.